So I have some really fun cards to show you today, and the reason why I'm focusing on the designer series paper is because most of the people I've talked to in the last few weeks, new contacts that I've made, they say, oh, I have a whole room full of craft supplies that I never use. So I was thinking, okay, well, what are the craft supplies that I have that I never use? Not never, that I have loads and loads of. I have paper, I have ribbon, and cardstock, but I kind of go through that one. So I was thinking paper and ribbon. So what are we going to do with that to get you to use it up so that you can buy the new patterns? Because I don't know about you, but when I first started crafting, I was all about collecting and I didn't so much use it. So I'm sure most of you out there watching are going to have loads of paper and drawers full of ribbon or boxes full of ribbon. So we're going to use it all up today, and then you can buy the new designs. So, okay. So here is the first gift. I just love doing things on the computer and doing things digitally. I just started I was kind of playing online with the card sketches that I'm going to show you today. And I thought, you know what, it would be really convenient to have just like one sheet that had all the coordinating colors for the design. So I've just, it's on my blog and you can just right click and save it and then just print it out. So I've given you the title of the paper, and then I've taken the colors from the outside of the package, or you can see it in the catalog on the description of the item, and I've just taken all of those colors and laid it out for you. So a couple things that this will be helpful for is when you're creating and you grab your paper and you say, okay, I'm going to make this card with Night Before Christmas. Was that cherry cobbler? Was that real red? So you can just glance on here and say, oh yeah, that was cherry cobbler. Not that the cherry cobbler and real red would matter, because those can, you can mix them together. But for example, one of them, I was using Come Together actually, and I grabbed a piece of paper and I thought, oh, that looks like Rich Razzleberry. So I grabbed it and then I put my papers together and I was like, that's not Rich Razzleberry, that's Mary Merlot. And so with this, I could have just looked at it and said, oh, that's Mary Merlot. I'll grab it right away. So there's the first little gift for everyone. This is all the holiday catalog designer series paper coordinating colors. So that is really helpful for making your cards. And it's also, if you want to do family pictures and you want to do the cards, like you want to match your outfits to the paper, then just take this with you when you're shopping and you can like match your clothes and say, oh yeah, that's perfect. It's Highland Heather. You get this one, and then you get this balmy blue. And so you can kind of have all the colors together to make your outfits coordinate. So there's that, gift number one. Gift number two, I have the card sketches. So this is just a printable card sketch so that you can do two of the designs that I'm going to do today, and the third one doesn't even need a card sketch. It's that easy. So this is just going to show you where to cut your paper and then where you're going to put those pieces. So you can see like this paper right here, because the paper is double-sided, so this is showing you this is one side, that's the side you're going to use on the card, and then the other side you're going to use for a strip on the inside, and then you're also going to use that for an envelope. So I hope that's not too much of a sneak peek. But this is what we're going to make today. So let's go ahead and get started. And this is on my blog, so don't worry about, oh no, I didn't get it written down, or it will be on my blog as soon as the live video is done. So, okay, and I have this new little system that I'm going to try today, see how it works. Okay, so the paper that I'm going to be using today is from the Night Before Christmas 6x6 stack. Well, I guess it's not called a stack, the package. And I've already cut it, so this is cut at 4 inches, and then down here it's cut at 5 1/4. And those measurements are on that card sketch that will be on my blog. And I have it flipped over this way so that you can see I'm going to use this side of this piece and then the other side of these two pieces. So what I'm going to do, I already have my cardstock cut, so here's my card base, cherry cobbler, because I checked my little cheat sheet there and I know what color it is. And then I have two other layers. So one, goodness, here we go. Get all my pieces out. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use an envelope on this one, and then this is going to go on the inside, and this one's going to stay on the outside. Okay, so actually before I start, let me tell you all you're going to need for the project today. Get one package of designer series paper. It can be any paper you want. It can be Christmas. It can be any of the paper that's on sale. Buy three, get one free. It can be any paper, and then you're just going to buy one spool of ribbon that will coordinate with that paper. So for today, I'm using Night Before Christmas, and I'm using the curly ribbon, which is actually real red, and the paper's cherry cobbler, but it coordinates, so it's fine. So that's all I'm going to use. So out of one package of paper, whether it's 6x6 or 12x12, you'll get 48 cards, and you'll just need some extra cardstock with that too. So buy one package of cardstock, one spool of ribbon, and one package of designer series paper. Okay, so for the first card, here's our card base, and we're just going to layer it up. So the first, the front of it, we're going to add that first piece of designer series paper onto the old olive. And you see on this side, I could have used either old olive or mossy meadow, or even the crushed curry, any color that coordinates with it. I just chose this one because it's a little bit brighter and a little bit, makes it a little bit more whimsical, I guess. Okay, before I layer that down, I'm just going to tie a simple bow with this. Now you could get fancy and you could add one of our jingle bells, or you could make a tag to tie on here. Let's see. Okay, this is probably going to be big, but it's better to cut more ribbon and snip it off than have too much. Than have not enough. Too much is better than not enough. Okay, so you're going to tie the ribbon on here. And see how, this is just such an easy card. But it's still handmade, and you can... I'll fix the bow later. It's still handmade, and you can add your family picture on the inside. But this way you can get all your Christmas list done in just an afternoon. So with just those three things, well, yeah, DSP, cardstock, and ribbon. Okay, so there's the front, done. The inside, what I'm going to do is take a piece of Whisper White, and this one is trimmed down. So this is going to be on the inside, because when you have a dark color, unless you're writing with a metallic pen or something, then you won't really see. And it just looks a little bit more finished if you add that white layer. So there's that. And then I'm just going to take that leftover strip from what we cut on the paper and just add that. You can either add it to the top or the bottom. I kind of like the bottom because then it just, kind of ends it. Oops. Make sure you get that straight. So there's your card. You're welcome to stamp in there, do whatever you'd like, but there's your finished card. And then with that extra piece right there, what we're going to do is put our envelope on the paper. And if you close it in like that, then you'll get it right up to the edge. And then you're just going to trace around with your pencil. I think I kind of got it there. Definitely use a pencil, because yes, you will, slip a little bit. And then you're just going to cut that. I'm going to have to do it off camera a little bit because with the glare I can't see my tracing line. And one thing with this, you could do either side of the paper. You just want to make sure that before you trace it and cut it, that or before you trim your paper in the first place to get that. If I was going to do the present side, then I would have done it on I would have turned my paper the other way because they're going to be sideways there. So thank goodness I actually did want to do it on the green side. So there's that. You can use whatever adhesive you like. I do like the liquid adhesive because it just kind of seals it up a little bit better. And I feel like for going through the mail, you kind of need that sealed up. So just got glue on my fingers, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. And I think I may have a little corner there that I can trim at the end. And that way with the liquid glue, you can kind of slide it to where you need it to be too. But it doesn't have to be perfect because it'll be sealed and it's all good. Okay, so there's card number 1. You can make 48 of those super fast. Or if you don't want them all to be the same design, we want everybody to get a different card, then what we're gonna do, here's my little magic trick. We're going to take our next piece of designer series paper in the package, and there's, I can't even remember, there's like 8 different designs in the smaller ones, and then 6 different designs in the large. So you have lots of different choices. So for this one, this one's just going to be a straight, like it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's going to be the front of your card. And then you have this extra piece and this extra piece. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those. So actually with that one, this one you can save. I'm not doing anything with this one. So you can make another card with that one. You can make this, stripe down the side with that one. So that's an extra piece. So here is my card base and the inside piece. This one's cut the right size. Okay, so with the front, the card, or the DSP is the exact same size as the card base, because we really want to show off the design of this beautiful designer series paper. Now if you want to do like if you're doing wedding thank you cards, birthday thank you cards, something that you're mass producing, not for Christmas, then what you can do, the paper that I thought of that would look really nice with this is the Perennial, what is it called? It looks like Monet, the Perennial, whatever it is. But that would be really pretty, because that paper is so pretty and I don't want to cut it up because it's like cutting into a painting. So that would be perfect paper for this, this like series of cards. Okay, and then I've just, to add a little bit more of a focal point, I've taken the Fancy Frost. Let me check that real quick. Here's the dies. The Frosted Frames dies, and there's the larger frame and then the one to cut it out so that it's an actual picture frame. And what you could do is get just a smaller family picture and put that in there, or you don't even need that. You can just add this as just a little decoration and it looks great without any picture. So we did family pictures last year, and I don't know. I think we're not going to do them this year. I think maybe we'll do them every 3 years or something. It's just a lot of work to get the clothes. Holy moly, my dress that I wore in my last year family pictures, I ordered it special. Well, not special. I ordered it and then I was waiting for it to come, and the tracking said it was going to be there, and then it wasn't there. Saturday came, we're supposed to be there for our pictures. I changed our appointment because it said it was in the mailbox and it wasn't, and then finally it came, so I was totally late for our pictures, but I got the dress because all the outfits matched with it. So family pictures, a little bit stressful, but I do want to document our family growing, so every 3 years I think is good. So there's the front of the card. Simple. You could add the picture, the family picture, or this would be really pretty for wedding invitations too, if you had like the engagement picture there. So that would be cute too. And then on the inside, we're going to add just a white piece of paper, or Whisper White, and then we're just going to add that little strip to the bottom. So actually, did I do that in this one? This one I didn't, just kidding. I did mix up my papers. So that one I didn't add a paper to, but you could do that same idea. So let's pretend I am doing it, but I don't have enough cuts. So there's the inside of that one. You can use that. This is a little bit too small for an envelope flap, but again, you could easily use it and just trim it like that, and then just add, some kind of, you could just add the frame like that. So you really could get 2 cards out of that one. Okay, the last card, here is my last piece of designer series paper, and the hardest thing with paper is that I want to use both of the sides because I love the design so much. I don't want to waste it. So we're going to do both sides on this one. So here we have, and on this one I just kind of choose the side that's more of a focal point is going to go on as the strip. So this one's a little bit more of a background print, so it's going to be my background. And then this piece, we're going to use this side. So actually we're going to do it this way. And I guess you could do the inside, you could do either way, but I just really like that. It's kind of like diagonal buffalo check, or it's not buffalo check because it's small, but whatever. And then this extra square, that's left over too. So you will have extra pieces that you can come up with another project for. It would be really cute to just put all of the leftover squares together to make like a quilt. Ooh, before I tie that down, I need my ribbon. Since I already glued that part down, we're going to tie it around this one. So Make sure you have enough there, and you can use any ribbon, so you can use up your ribbon stash and your paper stash, and I hope that's enough on each side. Tie your ribbon. And you don't even have to do a bow, you could just do it in a knot. This one, this one's going to be in a knot because it's a little bit small on one side. So, but this is cute ribbon to tie in a knot. So we'll just trim that a little bit. And it's cute because the edges kind of fray and it makes it look like more of a tassel. So one thing, if your ribbon is kind of floating all over that, then you can just grab a glue dot, which is in my other drawer. You can just grab a glue dot and just stick that on there. So I should get my take your pick tool, but we're just gonna stick it on there fast. It's like the live videos, it's kind of like, this is the hurried crafting. Okay, so then we're gonna just stick that down. And so then it's okay that it's a little bit big right there because it's stuck. So there's that card. And then on the inside, so see how easy this is, and the inside's still gonna be like a nice design as well. So it's like, wow, you made that? Yeah, I did in about 5 seconds. So line that up either on the bottom or the top. You could even leave a little bit of a white edge sticking out the bottom there. And we're gonna add this to the inside. I need a new blade on my trimmer, you can tell. Soon I'll replace it. Okay, so there's that one. So I made all 3 of those cards in, let's see, 15 minutes or less, because I did do some talking and explaining at the beginning. So 15 minutes for 3 cards. So you guys do the math. For 48 cards, how many minutes would that be? Just kidding, it's not math class, you don't have to. Okay, so here is the night before Christmas. Just 3 of the different, I didn't add the inside there, 3 of the different kinds of paper, and I think that one has 8 different designs. I don't know, there's a lot of different, 6 maybe, I don't know, there's a lot. So there's that one, and then you probably saw on the side there, I also used the fancy frost because I think that paper is so pretty, but I don't want to cut into it. Like, this is a beautiful image, and the card sample in the catalog, it just like took my breath away. It was so pretty. And I was like, oh, we're gonna get family pictures in those pastel colors. It's gonna be so beautiful. And then I was like, let's get real. I'm not doing family pictures this year. So there's that one. So this is that other side of that fancy frost. So it's metallic. And there's the inside. And I think this one of them, there was a little bit of a larger piece and I just trimmed it down a little bit so it wasn't too big. So here's another one. So this frame is Christmassy because it has the snowflakes, but you could easily like trim that off or add a flower on it so it looks more like leaves instead of Christmas. So that's versatile. And then here's the other one. I think this is the one I trimmed off. I didn't want the big, that's what I did. So this is this one right here. I just made that strip thinner because I wanted to show more of this image. So, in fact, I maybe switched the 2 because I wanted more of that image to show. So there's that. And then I was going to show you, it really does work with every kind of paper. So here is Brightly Gleaming. And that one I used some of the Pretty Peacock foil. That looks gorgeous. And a family picture right in there, that would be so pretty. Or not, you could just stick the family picture on the inside. That works too. And then here is Come Together with some retired ribbon because I'm going to use up my ribbon, and so are you. You're going to use up your paper and use up your ribbon. So there's that one. This was the one that I grabbed, Rich Razzleberry, and then I was like, oh, that's Mary Merlot. Better check my cheat sheet. So there's that. And then the Wrapped in Plaid. And I need to get all the new ribbons. There's so many really cool ribbons. There's some really pretty green ribbons that would go really well with that Wrapped in Plaid paper. So there's a few of them. There's so many different options because there's so many different papers. And you know, any of the papers that are by 3 buy 3, get 1 free. Any of those would work too. Like you could use the dinosaur. Obviously you're going to switch out the frame if you're doing like the dinosaurs. That frame wouldn't really work, but you can use any of the layering shapes and then just cut a frame out that way. So there are those, and then I was going to show you, oh, and so the night before Christmas paper, I do have a class right now, and instead of putting a deadline on it, I will mark if the things go on back order, but I'm just going to advertise it so that you can get it anytime while you're preparing for your Christmas cards for your holiday stuff. So this is the card that I just posted in my monthly newsletter. I sent that out. I will put a link to it on my blog as well on the events tab. So there's 3 fun fold cards. I kind of want to show you, but they're in the other room. So you get all of these. If you do just the 3 cards, then it's $15. If you want to get the whole package, then you get enough for 18 cards plus all the leftovers. So this times 6, and then all the leftover pieces. So all of those details I'll put on my blog as well. So for today's order, just get a package of designer series paper, a spool of ribbon, maybe a package of cardstock. You could just get 1 single color, or if you don't have Whisper White, then get that one as well. And use hostess code right here, and I typed it up in the description as well. And then I'll send you a free gift with your purchase. And don't forget, everybody gets a free gift just by checking on my blog all this week. I think this one was yesterday, this one's today. I don't know, check all the posts for today. You get the sketches. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. And then the coordinating color. So I just really like to make printables. So there's a bunch of them this week. So be sure to check those out. Those are free for everybody. So this was a super quick and easy one, and I want to see what you guys make. So get your paper, your ribbon, and use it all up, and then post it on the group that's connected to this page. I want to see what you guys come up with, your creations. So thanks again for joining, and I will see you next week.